Now, I was thinking of the story of the Banim Shenichlaf, the exchange sons, in English. And I was thinking about it, and I had a brilliant flash in my mind who it could be. Who is the real son who's thrown out? I forgot who it was. You remember now. Maybe it's Benedict Netanyahu, Bechinas. How he's Rodefin. He's like, good. I don't know. I forgot how it is. I had a very brilliant explanation of it. But I forgot. Now I want to ask you a question. Which I forgot. I want to ask you, who is the man in the forest? And maybe you want to talk about this story a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, talk. I'm listening.
The question is to find somebody who will help us. Okay, Schneider says, okay, we had all these problems, with my father and my mother. We didn't get along, and it was a very, a broken house. It's nice to find somebody to help. I wanted to talk to Shalom Rebbe. Maybe he could help me. But I wanted once, it was young Shishi, they said, no, he's like thinking right here. Young Shishi. But I just said, so when can I come? That was it. I never got to talk to him privately. And they ended up with Rebbe Nachman. So, there you have it. Who's going to help me? Rebbe Nachman. We have to try to find people who can help us. So
this is a man in the forest, people that can help us.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you have an example. Who are the two sons now? Who's the real son and who's the phony son? I mean, there's a lot of things, but I'm sure.
Hold your seat. In the first story, there are 6 sons, right? The king has 6 sons. So according to Schneider's interpretation, who are the 6 sons? Moshe Rabbeinu, Avishim Baruchoi, Yari, Yibot Shem Tov, Rebbe Nachman, and Mashiach. Now, their sister, the Bas Melech, is a mother. Do we believe in these 6 tzaddikim? We know the Christians believe strongly in Jesus. But do we believe in our tradition? The master was astounded. We met on his way to Israel. We met Talmidim of the Dua, who were going to collect money for the leadership people in Israel. And he saw that they don't believe in the Vilna guy. They say he's just a human being. He is on the Chacham, but they don't have the money in him. That doesn't understand it. So, in the first story, there's 3 giants, right?
Yes.
And the 3 giants are telling him that what he saw in the Pachela, the pearly mountain, and the golden mountain, and the pearly castle, the 3 giants say it's not so. Jesus said. Now, according to Schneider's interpretation, the 3 giants are Moshe Rabbeinu, Avishim Baruchoi, and they're saying that the golden mountain, which is Baal Shem Tov, and the castle of pearls does not exist. The Tzaddikim Emes themselves don't believe in the other 2 Tzaddikim Emes. They say, we can help you. Moshe Rabbeinu says, I can help you. The Simcha says, I can help you. The Yushka says, I can help you. The Golden Mountain and the early Catholic do not exist. So that's the story. That there's this big problem. Like you say, Mordechai says, Schneider says that we have Rebbe Nachman, we don't need Jesus. He's a big misguided, it seems, Mordechai. He doesn't believe. And he thinks that you don't have to believe.
You're referring to Rabbi Freifeld.
Right.
Right, he says over from you all the time. That's what you said 30 years ago. 40 years ago.
It's a very strong word. That Judaism, according to Rabbi Freifeld, is not believing in a person. You believe in Hashem, not in the Shabbat. So as my father said, I said, it says, so you have to believe in the Tzaddik. So my father said, yeah, but which comes first? The Litznische person believes in Moshe Rabbeinu because he believes in Hashem. The Hasidic person believes in Hashem because he believes in Moshe. Which comes first? What's the cause and what's the effect? So, okay, so it's a problem. It's a problem. What is the truth? Does Hashem want us to believe in Rebbe Nachman, that he's a personal savior? Is there such a thing in Yushka? Okay, so each one of us has to try to clarify as much as we can and try to find the person, alive or dead, who can help us. That's the whole story. Hello?
Yeah. So who is the man in the forest? He's like, he's the Sadiq Emes. He's Rabbeinu. In the children, the story of the
I don't know. But there's the good guys and the bad guys. That's sure. We have to, hopefully, there's the problem of the wolf in sheep's clothing, or the wolf impersonating the grandma in the Little Red Riding Hood, right? So we have this problem of somebody who makes himself out to be a tzaddik, and he's not a tzaddik, he's a big Russia. How do we protect ourselves? In every streets in Kinyan and Simonaulet, we have to attach ourselves to this tradition, the Shishim Nibo of the Kisei HaKavod, that Moshe Rabbeinu is connected to Shishim Nibo, and he said there's a Meforsim Shel Sheker. The Meforsim Shel Sheker means a person in the wrong path. Then he said there's a tzaddik, quote unquote, who he causes 10,000 people not to stand up for clear summation. So we have to pray that we shouldn't be influenced by bad people.
Listen, I think I heard from Rabbi Schneider once, on the Forsim Shel Sheker, he's not necessarily a Rosh, he could be the Sadiq, but the Pirsum is Sheker. The Forsim is Sheker. They make
I think the Bohan Spectre said that. Again, the real question is, me Ozer, or me Magic. Did Eliezer berland help even one human being in his long career? Are these, for someone to say, helping in any way? Then he said, there's been thousands of reasons for someone, but at least they make their followers keep the old clothes, not to be modern. So the Rebbe is finding in the Kula Torah, if you fulfill himself checker, it's not a complete loss. And once again, the reason to Hasidim addressing Hasidim is about the Hasidim addressing Hasidim. It's important then, kids. But again, the topic maybe is not helping them to reach their potential. That's the thing. Each one of us has a certain potential. And we need the right topic to help us use our potential, all the good things that we can do. And if the person is leading the person in the wrong way, so his potential is ruined. I was thinking recently, it says in Pirkei Avos, din v'cheshbon. Maybe the Kiva says a little bit, din v'cheshbon. So the Goan says, what's the cheshbon? That at that time when he was doing the Vera, he could have done mitzvah. So you get to bin, why do you do the Vera? And you get to cheshbon, look what you fishalta. Why did you waste your time? But slightly, it's not only that he missed doing mitzvahs. If he didn't come to his Madrega, if he wouldn't have done the Savera, he would have been Zosa to certain matters, spiritual presence to Hashem. And he lost it because he could have been a Catholic, it could have been a Mechadish Torah. He could have helped people. Instead, he went up into the privates. Okay? So, we have to do tshuva. We have to try to build our potential, miracles, and rapport. And if we have the right teachers, we'll be Zaycha. If we have the wrong teachers, we won't. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Okay, let's go back where I started with before. I want to point out an idea to you. Who are today, who's the Ben Ashifcha and the Ben HaMelech? Now, I said, perhaps, I'll give you one simon, that maybe that's Bennett Netanyahu, not it's the very first thing. But the main thing of the Ben Ashifcha is only worried about one thing, that people should think he's the real Ben HaMelech. And his main thing is to get the real Ben HaMelech and do terrible things with him. Now, if we follow the news a little bit, I try not to, but, a little bit I hear, is this Bennett. The main thing he seems to be is trying to prove that he's the real Ben HaMelech. He's the real prime minister, and he's not. Mama said, that half of it I have. Maybe you can comment on this, or maybe you have a better idea who today, or in the history of the Dorot, are the Ben HaMelech and the Ben HaShifcha.
I don't know. Let's take Schneider. Schneider says, why are people Hasidim of others? Why are they Hasidim of Schneider? Maybe Schneider has the right path, and always has a goan mevucha. That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know who we are supposed to be. Otherwise, we should know who we are. But then we have to know who we could be. And there's this mix-up. He's saying very good. Netanyahu and Bennett. And Schneider says Schneider and others. And there's a million examples of this. Right?
Yeah.
Well, we have to accept the world as it is. And the Kuli Teva is a mashu. That's it. The mashu, whatever we can do, to serve Hashem in great confusion, and try to find the right path. That's what life is all about.
Well, by the way, if just to add on a footnote here, since you mentioned Rav Orush, that he wrote all these books, Goan Mavucha, Goan Zeh, and came out with a big letter. They showed it to Rav Yaakov Shechter, and he brings a lot of Kabbalist the long letters printed, you can find I found on the internet. I have a copy someplace. And he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know Kabbalah. He's saying all Kabbalah ideas, and it's completely wrong according to the letter that Rabbi Yankel Ber Shechter wrote, which I tend to believe in Rabbi Yankel Ber Shechter more than Rabbi Oruch.
Okay. The thing is that it's not good to be a misnagid. It could be, you know what happened with the Archbishop of Canterbury, what was his name? He was a friend of the king. This King Henry, I don't remember which number. He was the friend of the king, and the king appointed him Archbishop of Canterbury. And it was miserably clear that some of them were only getting help me get rid of this guy. King Henry regretted that he had made this guy, something his name right now, the Archbishop of Canterbury. The Nizak with him, if only somebody would help me get rid of him. So two of his soldiers went off, and they killed this guy. But the king didn't mean it. The king didn't mean that he wanted somebody to kill him. He was just having problems with him. So that's the thing. This is called hasata. Hasata, right? You're speaking against Netanyahu. So some crazy guy wants to kill him. Right? He got him here. He took all these negative things that people were saying about the rabbin, and he went off and he made him. So we have to be careful, even if we're against somebody, and even if you think somebody is mazik, but be careful what you say. Don't cross over the line to do things that are violent and terrible.
Okay, good, Yisroel. We'll be in touch. What time is Yitzhak Meir getting there?
I don't know. It's different.
Okay. Good, we'll be in touch. Yisroel.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye so much. Go to bye-bye.
Bye-bye.